Well, we continue to report from Israel, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is coming for his second visit. It's a strategically important visit. Apart from defense cooperation and trade, there is, of course, the bandwidth of the commerce between the two economies, emerging economies, and also how they can now diversify trade as well amidst the global turbulence when it comes to the tariff policy. And joining me exclusively here on NDTV is the Chief Economist of the Israeli government from the Ministry of Finance, Shmuel Abramzon. Dr. Abramzon, thank you very much for joining us here on NDTV. Let me begin by asking you about Prime Minister's visit. How critical and important does Israel feel when it comes to India?
So good morning, Mr. Cole, and good morning to all the viewers. Israel is very, very happy to welcome Prime Minister Modi here in Israel, in Jerusalem. We see this as the next level. We had Prime Minister Modi here in 2017, set the vision, set the friendship and the partnership, and now we are at the implementation stage.
Yeah.
It's very, very exciting. We're taking everything to the next level. So very happy about it.
Let me take that forward. You know, we had Minister Piyush Goyal and Minister Jaishankar coming to Israel not very long ago, and now the Prime Minister. Could we expect the free trade agreement between India and Israel to be signed pretty soon? Is there some kind of a timeline? Because this is coming in the backdrop of the tariff policy. A lot of countries are looking towards India because when it comes to scale, when it comes to partnership on trade, commerce and industry, India seems to be a right fit. Look at European Union and India signing an FTA. And then, of course, US and India agreeing to an interim agreement. And there are several other countries looking towards India. So how does Israel feel about the FTA?
So we are very, very keen to sign the FTA. Israel knows it has to act fast. We've seen it with the bilateral investment treaty. Last time I was in Delhi to celebrate that signing and when we met. And we are very, very keen to do it quick. Of course, these things sometimes take time and it's natural, but as we speak, there's actually a team in India that is involved in the negotiations as we speak now. So I believe it really shouldn't take too long.
So if I can sneak in and say, could we expect it happening in 2026 itself, or you will not put a timeline there?
I would be careful to put a timeline because these things always take time, and it's not only about Israel. You know, it's both sides, but I believe it would be quite quick.
You know, I was fascinated to see a large delegation of Israelis participating at the Artificial Intelligence Summit recently. Perhaps more than 20 or 30 Israelis participating, both from government as well as the private sector. What are the key sectors that Israel looks towards India? You know, there is innovation, there is agriculture, there is water management. But when it comes to investment, when it comes to joint manufacturing as well, perhaps, what are the key potential sectors that could really blossom if India and Israel come together?
So it's interesting you mentioned the AI. So we're very excited to cooperate with India and AI. We're very happy to see India also sign the Pax Silica agreement with the United States, and we are also part of it. So it'll be incredible to be together partners in this issue. And I think we all understand that India has a very strong standing and potential in manufacturing. And Israel, as a small country, would love to partner and connect its technologies with the scale that India can provide. So anything technological would work. So we're talking about agriculture, we're talking about defense, of course, we're talking about civilian technologies, and of course AI, also the semiconductor industry. So Israel has strength in the value chain of the AI in some segments, but we don't have the masses that can produce. Therefore, this is an amazing match between our two countries, and AI and technology could be very, very, very big area of cooperation.
You know, we saw that the Indian Prime Minister has been invited to speak at the Knesset, at the Israeli parliament. We saw the tricolor being illuminated all across as a special gesture. But also you mentioned defense. And defense is a very key area of cooperation between India and Israel. Israel has come to the aid of India when it comes to the war which was fought in Kargil in '99. The recent Operation Sindoor as well between the two countries, between India and Pakistan. And the Israeli Prime Minister told me in August that Israel had helped India during that entire cooperation. How significant is defense? And when it comes to defense, I'm being told overall the relationship will be taken to a spatial strategic partnership tomorrow. An announcement could be made. So are we looking at perhaps manufacturing in India as well when it comes to defense? Because there could be potentially, Israel's biggest weaponry, the Iron Dome, that could be potentially manufactured in India.
So I can't elaborate on the details of defense manufacturing, but it's definitely on the table, and I think we all can imagine that it's a natural fit also in those areas. I think it's also important to mention when we talk about it that both India and Israel are peaceful countries and looking to really have peace in the region. And part of the deal is also to be strong in our regions. Both sides understand that. And definitely defense industry is part of the deal.
All right, one last question. I know you have a busy day ahead. What does strike you? What is more striking about the Indian economy for you? Not just the scale, but one thing or two things that you can speak about the Indian economy that Israel is eager to invest in.
So we've seen a very impressive jump that makes India really move towards the 2047 vision. And we see that really India is a top grower in the world. We've seen some very interesting examples. First of all, in the fintech sector, financial sector, we've seen amazing growth, and we want to be part of this Indian growth. We are looking forward, and you will see it also in the government resolution. We want to be integrated into the financial sector of India. We want to make sure that we are part of the payment system, the global payment system, the UPI that India has developed, and really enjoy also some of these financial services that you provide. I would say that's one area, and the other area is definitely, as we spoke, the manufacturing capacity. So I would say these are the most key areas at this point.
Dr. Abramzon, I hope you keep coming back to India, and I hope there is relationship that goes from strength to strength. Thank you very much for joining us here on NDTV.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to coming again.
Well, that was Dr. Shmuel Abramzon, who is the Chief Economist of the Israeli government, speaking exclusively to NDTV on the sidelines of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting Israel for the second time, and now the relationship perhaps being elevated tomorrow to a spatial strategic partnership. Israel wants to be part of the India growth story with manufacturing, joint technologies really being explored out there, not just in innovation, agriculture and water, but perhaps the big talking point, defense cooperation between Jerusalem and New Delhi. Reporting from Jerusalem in Israel, this is Aditya Rajkol for NDTV.